Justina, you are too fat for that outfit. Girl, go put on that sweatsuit I bought you. It hides some of that fat you got going on.
Well, I am getting a little big.
Little big? You've outgrown all of your clothes.
Jared, I know you're not talking. I have to tell you to take another shower every day and you still smell funky.
That's because I'm becoming a man. Want to see my chest hairs?
Ew, no. That is plainly because you stink.
Jared, your daddy is a full grown man and he doesn't smell like that. Justina, honey, go change your clothes while I take care of those breakfast dishes for you.
Where's my little chunky girl?
Here I am, Daddy.
Hey. What's up, dude?
What's up, Dad?
What's going on? Oh, goodness. Is that you?
Dad, I just got out the shower.
Dude, go take another shower and use soap this time. Justina, separate those clothes, please.
George, you know she can't do that by herself. I'll do it. Justina, you go have yourself another snack, girl.
You act like I can't do anything right.
Girl, you remember the last time you did the laundry and you mixed the red shirt in with the white clothes and turned everything pink?
I only did that once. I didn't mean to. I'm
Justina,
so sorry.
go get your snack while your mother does your clothes.
Thanks for letting us put this camera in your home so we can capture what's really happening there. So, how are things going now?
More of the same.
Our son stinks all the time. And, you know, my daughter, she just doesn't do things for herself, you know, and she doesn't get things completed. So I feel like I have to take over and get them done for her.
Yeah.
They're tired of talking about the same things all the time. They just don't seem to get it, ever.
Okay, what are you saying over and over again?
Well, just the same, just what you saw in that video. Why do you keep stinking? Every day, I've shown him how to take care of himself. He's got deodorant. He knows how to brush his teeth. But why do I keep smelling your breath and your underarms?
It's like
What
he
is the
just doesn't
problem?
care, you know, and I don't know, I would think he would be bothered at school, that somebody would say something at school to make
He
him
doesn't
feel
care.
bad, but he doesn't even care.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
Okay, so what have you done to try to resolve this situation?
Keep telling him that he stinks.
Okay.
I've made him take a bath 3 times a day, sometimes.
Okay.
And it doesn't even matter. I don't know what's going on with him.
Okay.
I don't think really that he's taking a bath. I think, you know, I run the water for him and he closes the door and I don't even think he's getting in the water.
No, he can't be.
Okay, so, well, after reviewing the video, did you see anything that you might be contributing unknowingly to the situation?
I'll take baths. How can I contribute?
Okay, well, I mean, anything that may contribute to their being unwilling to do.
Well, I mean, you know, if my daughter doesn't move fast enough, I just do stuff for her. I don't see anything really wrong with that. I mean,
It's got to get done.
you know.
Did you hear what your daughter said
What?
on the video? Did you hear what she said?
Well, she said a few things. What?
Okay, she said, "You act like I can't do anything right." Did you hear
I
that?
haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Well, I never told her that. I
Well.
mean, I don't know why she would even say that.
Well,
Well, I think she's speaking to her feelings.
Well,
So it's not what you have said to her, but apparently what you have done makes her feel as if she can't do anything right.
how could she feel that way if I just do it? Then that doesn't even have anything to do with her if I do
right.
it.
We give her a chance. We keep giving her chores. She just doesn't do them right.
Yeah. So that seems pretty frustrating for you.
It is
It's
very,
very frustrating.
Okay, and that you.
You know, I want children that fit in with society, that can get their work done. Like if they go to a job, they can get their work done. If they're given a task to do it, they can get it done
Girl's
on
not
time.
going to keep a
that kind of
job.
thing.
She's not going to keep a job.
Okay,
Can't even do
so.
the things that we asked her to do.
All right, let me ask you: is there anything that she does for herself and does correctly?
Not much, but
I can't
mean,
think of anything.
She will try to keep her room clean sometimes.
Okay, and she does that sometimes without asking you? Does she do it without your help?
Yeah, sometimes she does.
And does she do a pretty good job?
No, I don't think she does a good job at all. There's still stuff. Every time she does it, I can go in that room and see plenty of things that should be done.
So how old is she again?
She's 12.
Okay, so we know we're not expecting a 12-year-old to do it the way like a 25-year-old.
But if I shown her, why wouldn't she know?
Well, you haven't shown her anything because you don't pick up anything yourself. So
You know
anyway,
what? You know what? This is
but
about the child.
I have tried to help her and say, you know, Justine, there's still stuff on the floor or there's stuff under your bed that you need to put away. You know.
I want you to just really kind of slow it down and think about the video, what you saw. Is there anything you may do that may contribute to her not knowing how to do it or his being unwilling to clean himself up?
Well, she keeps doing it for her. She need to make her do it. In that video, she went and did her work for her.
But that's just because she wasn't doing it fast enough.
So, well, you need to make her do it. I keep telling her that.
Maybe I need to make you do it. How about that?
No, the work needs to be done to them, for them. Not you do it.
Well, why don't
they
you
do
jump
it.
in and help sometimes?
So what do you
that's the
think would
problem.
happen if you allowed her to do?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, she'd probably half do it.
You think she'll have to do her work? Okay. So then what if at that point you stepped in and gave a few more directives? Not orders, but directives.
It might work. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really tried that.
Okay. So
Stop looking at me like that.
Tell
You
her.
act
Keep
like
telling her.
you act like you
Keep
know
telling
what
her.
to do.
She needs
well, then
to
do
hear
it.
all of this. Tell
So
her.
since he was able to find what you did incorrectly, maybe you can tell him something that
Oh,
he could
there's nothing I
improve
need
on.
to correct at all.
You know what? He's the man of the house. He's got a son growing up under him.
That's right.
And the boy is funky all the time.
No.
There is no reason for that. You know what? I could
I
understand
tell
that a
him.
little bit more if there was no man in the house. But there is a man
I
in the house.
tell him.
And the child is funky all the
I
time.
tell them.
Okay. So now you know that he is 12 years old.
Well, he's only 11.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting that. Well, listen, there has to be some education here. 11-year-olds are not known to want to take baths. That's a developmental process.
That's what a man is for. He has a father in the house.
Okay, and this is the process of learning. There is a process that goes. He's not going to be able to tell him once and then your son is just going to do it.
He keeps saying he's told him over and over.
But let's
have
look
to.
But he
at,
needs to do more than tell
I
him.
told him.
well, let's look at what the real problem is. He's not motivated to take a bath. He's not motivated to be clean. She's not concerned about doing things right. She doesn't care about doing things right. So we're talking
don't know
about
why.
a lack of motivation, and that's where we're going. How is this happening? What's going on? And we looked at the video, and so we're going to really do some digging inside. Is there anything at all that you can see or saw on the video that may say, I'm doing this, this may contribute just a tiny bit. It doesn't cause it, and I want you to dig within yourself. I didn't say to look at him and decide what he's doing, or you look at her and decide what she's doing. What are you doing that may contribute just a teeny
I
weeny
don't know
tiny
what else
bit?
I can say.
He called our daughter fat. He calls her fat and
But
chunky
that's
all
the
the
telling
time.
things. Okay, so that bothers you that he says that?
Of course. Why wouldn't that bother her?
Well, I'm asked, so do you think that might bother her a little bit if you're calling her chunky? And I mean, I saw her reply to you in a very loving way, but do you think it, on some level it may affect
I want to
her?
bother her so she will stop eating so much.
Okay, so so you're thinking that you're going to motivate her
Yes.
by saying that,
Step away from the table sometimes.
You know what? You need to worry about
All
our
right.
son.
All
Let me
the
worry about our
donuts.
daughter.
All
Let me
right,
worry
so
about our
no-
daughter.
well,
You need to take care of his
it's
funkiness.
his daughter too. So what are you doing that may
Yes.
that just a tiny bit? And we're not saying you're causing all of the
Stop
problems.
looking at me like
What
that.
are you doing?
Stop looking at me
What
like
are you
that.
doing?
Just a tiny bit, just a little.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I step in. I don't really give her a chance to
Okay.
do something.
Bingo.
Thank you. That's just, and I know that you're doing that because you want to help her
exactly.
and you want to
Yeah,
show
I
her
mean,
exactly
I want
how
to
it's
teach
done.
her how to get it done right.
not
You know,
the
how to
way.
do it right.
Okay, all right. So we're moving a little bit, okay? So let me ask you, supposing to get you. Would you like to lose a little weight at all? Everybody.
He needs to
America
lose a
wants
lot of weight, a
know
little
what?
weight.
Would
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So suppose I came to your house and I sat at the table watching you eat, and you went to reach for another roll, and said, "No,
Oh, I
you're
could do that to
chunky."
him? That's what I should do to my
I'm
daughter, I
asking-
mean?
no, well, just think about how that would make you feel. You're chunky enough. You're fat enough. You don't need another roll. How would that make you feel?
I wish you would come and do that.
How would
I
that?
need to make her feel that way.
But how would it
Well-
make you feel? Would it make you feel like, yeah, I'm so happy this woman came to my house and sat at my table?
No.
What would you probably say to me?
Leave me alone, it's my food. I
what-
bought this.
And what are your feelings?
I'm angry,
Angry, and what else?
upset, I want to eat. You know, you're bothering me.
Right. And maybe a little sad.
Maybe, because you pointed out something that, you know.
Maybe like I'm not very handsome, or I'm not cute, or is
He
something
knows he
wrong
needs to
with
push
me?
back from the table. He already knows all that.
You know, she's talking to
told
me.
him
She's
that.
talking to me.
Okay, so you made sure you told him that.
Yes, I have
Okay.
told him.
Yeah,
that.
she's telling me a whole lot of things.
She's looking at him. Our kids are looking at him. She's looking at him. She watches him eat.
You don't think she's watching you? as well?
Sure.
Well, not as far as being chunky. No.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to this. What have you done to try to resolve the problem? I know you showed him how to bath, and I know you step in for her. What else have you tried? Anything else?
Well, I mean, I've talked to her,
Okay.
you know, and I have made him go back and take more than one bath.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what he does when he closes the bathroom door because he comes out still funky. So,
Okay.
you know.
So tell me the method of teaching you did when you were teaching him to take a bath.
Well, I just showed him how to wash. I told him every day.
When you say you showed him how to wash, were you
Yeah,
in the
we
bathroom with him?
took a shower when he was younger.
Okay.
We used to take showers, and I would show him what he needs to do.
Okay. Well,
I bought him special the body washes and all those kinds of things.
I told him he was too young to understand at that point in time.
He knows
okay,
how to
right.
use
You know,
washcloth.
He was just a baby then. He didn't know. I mean, he was a toddler.
oh, okay. Was he that young? Just like
He was young. He was very young.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, children forget, and so maybe it's time to revisit that skill for him. That's what we call a living skill. So, you know, you can, and also those products you were talking about, you can show him how to lavish that on himself and make himself smell.
And you know, he has told me before that some of that stuff you got him irritates his skin, but you don't listen. I try to tell you that you
That
need
don't
to give him
irritate his
something
skin.
different, maybe something.
He's making excuses.
Maybe something more natural or something that would not
Excuses.
irritate his skin.
Excuses.
Okay. Now you know that is something that could be considered. It might be an excuse, but we give them every opportunity. You need to really write that down. That's a strategy. Give children every opportunity to succeed. Every opportunity. So if he says it's irritating to his skin, we try something different. Have you ever looked at his skin to see if it was irritated?
No.
Well, but you know what? Every time, since he was a baby, he had sensitive skin, and so like when metal or something would touch his skin, he would break out and stuff. I try to tell him that the boy has sensitive skin.
Boy, they make up some
He buys him that
excuses.
same stuff that he gets, which is for a full-grown man.
Would you say that your son makes excuses sometimes for what he's doing?
Yes, he does.
Okay,
He does.
so then it would be easy for him to come to that conclusion that this is
Yes.
probably another
Yes,
excuse.
yes.
So that's understandable. I still want to reiterate, he's 11 and there are some developmental things going on here. This is not an abnormal situation for an 11-year-old. It can be resolved pretty quickly and easily. But the other problem of being unmotivated may not be resolved easily. So I want to go to here. How do the way you step in and the way you kind of call her chunky and tell him he stinks, how do you think that's affecting them on the inside, how they view themselves, how they feel about themselves?
They probably feel like they can't do anything
I never
right.
really
They can't
thought
win
about
for
it.
losing. You know.
You've never thought about it?
No, I never
Well, now that
did.
we're talking about it, what do you think now?
I'm sure they don't like it. I'm sure of that.
All right.
If we tell him to take a bath again and he still comes out funky, then he just probably feels like we don't really understand or we don't really care, or no matter what he does, we're going to fuss about it.
So do you see that what you have been doing is not really changing anything.
Well, that's true.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
calling her chunky, etc.
That's true.
True.
So, all right. Well, I noticed that you said something on the video about, you know, that clothes are too small for you, right? Or, you know, you can probably change that, know that you're too big for those clothes. You can probably change that around because it's normal. She's supposed to grow up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And body shaming, saying she's too fat, could lead to some major problems like bulimia, anorexia. We're not trying to do that, correct?
No.
Oh, okay. So, you know, the dress is too small now. We have to buy a new one. It's simple. You don't even have to say that. Let's give that one away. It's not.
Well, I mean, I've told her to take out all those clothes that she can't fit anymore, and we'll just give them away. But
Okay.
she's too lazy to do that.
So we are going to watch what we're saying because body shaming is really a very serious problem. Fat, chunky, that kind of stuff. We want to avoid doing that. Don't say that.
Can you say that
Okay.
one more time so that he will get it?
I heard
So
her.
let's-
I heard it.
Our time is running out. Let's get a few strategies in for next week. Okay. So the first thing we already said was let's just make it easy for children to be successful, okay?
All right.
If you're concerned about your daughter's weight, I noticed how when you took over her job, then you told her to go get a snack. Okay, so we don't want to try to soothe her with food. She's learning to self-soothe by eating, and that's not a good thing either.
I never thought about that.
Okay. Another thing is we want to not take over her job. If you feel she can't do it, then make sure that you give her a task that she can do. We want to build in success. So you can say, well, you get all the red clothes out. She knows the color red, and that can be what she does. Okay.
Okay.
So, because if she's attention deficit disorder, separating clothes is a big job for her. It's hard because that's an organizational process. So you want to just make sure that you just make it simple and easy. All right, well, we really are out of time, and let's try next week when we come. Let's see how these strategies have worked, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, take
Okay.
care. So how are you guys doing today?
We're doing pretty good
Good,
today.
good. Yep.
Oh, I love to hear that. That sounds great to me. So how are things going at home?
Much better.
Yes, they are.
Much better. We took some of your suggestions and put them into practice, and then we talked to some people at church.
Good,
You
good.
know, some of our friends, and they gave us some ideas too to try.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, thanks a lot for allowing us to put the camera in your home. And we're going to just take a look at what we see and see what we've captured on how you've been using those strategies.
Okay.
Let's see what's there.
Hi, pretty girl.
Hi, Mom.
How's my handsome son today?
Good.
How do you think I look in this outfit?
Well, honey, I think that has gotten a little itsy bitsy on you. I like the blue one on you better.
Yeah.
I'm growing out of my clothes too, Mom. These pants are too short.
You know what? You're both growing up like wild beanstalks. We're just gonna have to go shopping and buy you some new clothes.
Where's my little princess?
Hi, Daddy.
Hey. And how's my hero today?
I'm good.
Is that cologne I smell on you?
Yeah, Dad. It's the cologne that you bought me for my birthday. I use it every time I take a shower.
Good, good. Justina, after you clean your room, we're gonna go to the park. You've gotten really, really good at cleaning up your room, so I know it won't take you long.
Okay.
Not so fast, honey. Remember I told you to separate your clothes for the laundry first?
Yes.
What two things did you do really well the last time you did your laundry?
Separate my whites from my colors and then put them by the washer.
Very good. Now, don't forget, do not put anything red in with the white clothes. Remember what happened the last time?
Yes, and I won't do that again, I promise.
Okay.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I could actually see some of the strategies, and guess what? Stuff I did not say to you, you were doing. So let me ask you, which of those strategies that you were using did you like the best?
Well, one of the things was I gave my daughter smaller tasks to do.
Okay.
And so, you know, one of the things was, okay, make sure all the red clothes are out of the way first.
Good, good.
And so she did that, and then, you know, I just kind of just check it over to make sure, because we don't want all of the white stuff turning out pink again.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
But I didn't
Oh.
say anything to her about that. I just let her separate out the reds, and then I would just check just to make sure.
Okay, man. So how did you feel doing it that way?
It really didn't bother me, and I saw that she was much happier. You know,
Okay.
and she felt like she could accomplish something.
Okay.
You know, without me
Very
stepping
good.
in.
Good, good.
You know?
So how about you? Which strategy was best for you?
Well, I had to calm down first of all. We had a little talk, and I just tried to explain to him how important it is for really good hygiene. So
Okay.
we went to the store and we picked out some other things that
good.
might not irritate his skin, more natural products. And we also went down the aisle that had cologne. So as you saw in the video, he picked out something he liked and wanted to smell like, and so he's been using it, and I haven't really had to talk to him about
And
it.
I'm telling you, it's been night and day because I can actually stand being around him now. You know, the smell.
Well, I saw some other strategies you guys were using. For example, you changed the word chunky to princess. You put a nice affectionate word in there, and that was pretty nice. She seemed to respond very well to that.
She did.
Okay, and then I saw you, you were saying that you allow her to assess herself, you know, see what she's doing well. That's really nice. And then what about you paired a good thing with a bad thing? For example, you said, when you clean your bedroom, we'll go to the park. So the good thing is going to the park, a little reward,
Right.
after she finishes her bedroom.
right.
That was really smart.
Yeah,
That's a-
because they still have to do the things we've asked
Exactly,
to do.
exactly.
You know? But there's something good on the other side of it.
Yeah, she does a much more thorough job now.
Right.
If we say, okay, once you're done with what we've asked you to do, we'll do something that you've been asking us to do.
And I don't think they realize we're really trying to structure them so when they get out of our house or they move out, they'll be used to a clean home.
No, children usually live one day at a time. They're not even thinking about the future. So they're just thinking about playing and eating and pleasing their parents and just being happy. You know, that's their natural desires to just enjoy life, you know.
Right.
So, and like you said, you want to mingle that with teaching skills, you know, as they go along.
Right.
And I think you're doing a good job of that.
Another thing that I did too was I switched out like just regular snacky snack stuff for more healthier things.
Oh, good.
You know, and more fruit and, you know, raw things and stuff like that. And so that she doesn't have, if she decides she needs to self-medicate, at least there's healthy things around.
You mean to self-soothe?
Self-soothe.
Or
I'm sorry.
self-medicate, I guess. Yeah, that is so nice.
Yeah.
Now, you know what? That's a really good idea. And, you know, that keeps you from having to count the bags of potato chips. I mean, it's like people are, I bought a whole thing of potato chips, and they ate the whole thing. Of course they ate the whole thing.
And you know
it's
what?
there.
Now I don't find like candy wrappers and things up under her bed in her room. You know.
Okay, because you don't have to monitor all of the apples. I mean, she's only going to eat so many of
Right.
those. Her teeth, are, you know, jaw's going to get tired of chomping on that. So, you know, that's pretty good. Okay, how are they? How are they with these new attitudes that you guys haven't accepted?
No, he doesn't. He's glad that I'm not continuing to argue and fuss with him about washing up or how he smells. So, and I'm trying my best just to calm down more. And I'd always have something to fuss about. So I can check that off my list. But I've learned through some of the things you've said, don't just keep at them all the time. Sit and talk and try other methods of getting them to understand what's important.
Can you see how Satan will rob you of the joy of being a parent? If all you do is discipline, 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 fuss, 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 you know, and by the time you're 18, there is no relationship. Your influence for Christ has been ruined because we've been focusing on if they're clean enough, if the house is clean enough, but not on if they love the Lord. So now we can add that in there now, you know, praying with them and spending more time with them. Did you do any of that?
We did spend
A
more
little bit,
time
yeah.
with them, you know.
And what about
because
prayer?
Prayer also, we've been trying to, you know, like pray in the mornings with them before they leave, and then we've been trying to like have family worship in the evenings when they come in. So it has really made a big difference. It really has.
Right, right.
Things that could blow up don't.
Good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
And one of the things as far as my son's hygiene, he told me, he said, Mom, I've been getting for the sports teams at school now. And I think before he was always sad and kind of a loner because nobody would pick him for their team.
Kind of like Linus on.
Yeah, exactly. The
Yes.
little dirty one.
Right.
So you all, what other kind of changes do you see in them? I mean, he's actually getting social friendships and stuff.
Self-confidence, the self-esteem
Self-confidence, yes.
is raised.
Their self-esteem is
Yes.
raised a little higher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now for the big question, what about you two? The last time you was here, oh my goodness, it was a battle.
We're more calm.
We are, and you know what? Because we have these tools now to help with the children, it makes the whole house more peaceful. We get along better, you
Yes,
know,
I
because
can
we're
see.
not at each other. I'm not always telling them, stop calling your daughter fat and chunky.
Some of this you have to remember, though. You've been this way for a while, so it takes a minute to really
Right.
remember
Right.
the tools, to use the tools.
So that means there's been a few slip-ups sometimes.
Every now and then, and I have to kind of check
And
myself.
I mean, we are still married people, so, you know,
Yeah. Very
it's
true.
not going to be perfect all the time.
True.
You
That
know,
is so
but
true.
as long as we're moving forward, then I see that as a definite positive.
Okay, all right. So I wanted to ask you about building in success. And I heard you say something earlier where you gave her shorter assignments, smaller assignments, and maybe just said pick out the vehicles, which is phenomenal. That's a very good idea. So are there any other ways that you're building in success, even giving them her fruit that builds in success?
Well,
Sharon?
one thing if you looked at the video, the clothes, we just didn't really recognize that they had to. We need to buy some different clothes. 'Cause they're going to school and they're getting teased by high water pants or whatever.
Okay.
So that helped too.
All right.
Yes, and I, in relation to that, I took my daughter to the mall and let her pick out some things that she liked.
Oh, okay. You guys
So-
are really loosening it up at
Yeah.
home. Okay.
So, you know, she was more comfortable in her skin, so to speak.
Well, our time is up. Can you believe that?
Wow.
But let's have a very brief prayer, because I always like to give God glory for his healing and restorative powers to our families. Most honorable Father, we're just so thankful that you are a good God and that you give us wisdom on what to do, simple strategies, Father, that can make a big difference in family lives. So, Lord, we ask that you will continue to restore this family so that each person will be found in heaven with you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Very good. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Parents, you must be willing to look at your behavior and evaluate what could be done better. If you aren't willing to look at yourselves, it will be difficult for your children to be willing to look at themselves. The most important thing we can do for our children is to be honest about ourselves and change poor parenting strategies. They will learn that it is safe to look at their behavior and make changes for the better. So instead of blaming and pointing fingers at the other spouse, maybe we can take an objective look and see exactly what we are doing that may contribute to the problem. And then secondly, maybe we can actually listen to our children. It may be that they can give us some cues that can let us know what we can change.